It's Lori the Frugal Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Oh goodness, I'm glad to see you guys. Hope you guys are glad to see me. Oh my goodness. So I'm just going to start out by saying that I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. Please do me a huge favor and smash the subscribe button. If you're new here, my content revolves around frugal living on a low income and living a life of abundance on a low income, and all the subjects that it encompasses: cooking, homemaking, all things being mom, all things midlife for us ladies, just life in general. I keep it real with you guys. So please consider hitting the subscribe button, like, share if you like, and comment. It's free. Okay, so just a quick little morning update. So I think I may have mentioned that I've been trying to catch a semi-feral kitty for a while. I've been feeding him in the next town over for probably about 9 months. I do work with a small cat rescue in town, and you guys know I love cats, and so I'll do anything to give them a better life, a better shot at life. Just ensure that they're taken care of if they're truly feral to the best of our ability. That's what we do. So this kitty and I, we kind of like formed a bond over the past 9 months. His name is Shadow. I didn't name him. It was pre-existing. He's been outside living on a property in a backyard for his whole life. And the people who own the property, they're nice enough to let him live there. He had a brother named Checkers who unfortunately got hit by a car about 4 months ago, and that just broke my heart. So we decided that we were going to try to trap Shadow and, get him vetted and then adopt him out, because he's so lovable and he deserves a home. So this morning, the God smiled upon us, and God is so good, guys, all the time. Unfortunately, this is not the good part, but it worked in our favor. There's another cat that was dumped off, and he's been fighting with Shadow for his food. He's a real bully. So he started fighting with Shadow, and Shadow backed into the trap, and we were able to pull the string and the door closed. So unfortunately, he's got a little cut on his paw, but that will heal. We've already put some peroxide on it, and he's going to be vetted tomorrow or the next day as soon as we can get him in. But for now, he is safe at my friend's house at her little rescue. He's in a cage, litter pan, and a bed, and food and water. He's actually doing quite well. When I brought him there, he let me rub his belly, he let me pet him and scratch under his chin. He's not purring, but he's letting me interact with him, and he's not acting out, so that's good. And I actually feel kind of emotional about this. I always do when I get a cat that I've been trying to get, because although this little life may seem insignificant to some, he's a little life, and he's got a little soul, and it's so sweet. Like when I look into his eyes, I can see the sweetness in his soul. I can't say that about all cats, but he's just so innocent, and he's lovey, and he deserves to have a loving home. And yeah, when I was on my way home, actually, I got misty about it. So I'm so glad that God blessed us in this way. And a couple of days before that, we were able to get a really tiny little female tortie to go into the trap on the same property. We believe she was dropped off with the bully kitty, we'll call him. And she's very young, and we didn't want her to get pregnant. So we were able to trap her, and then the rescue was able to bring her the next day to get her spayed and microchipped and give her shots. So we have a standing appointment with the Spay Neuter Clinic, which does very low cost services. I think that whole thing was $120. and we do raise money. Myself have done raffles for wreaths, custom wreaths, different crafts to raise money, and yeah, so so I'm glad that those two were taken care of. I got to visit with the little one today. We named her Ashley after the woman whose house she resides in the yard of, and she's real quiet, and she's in the back of the cage, but at least I know she's outside too. Now, as for the bully cat, I'm going to name him Smokey. We're hoping that we can eventually trap him and get him to settle down and get him into a home, or either just get him vetted and we'll return him and then we'll just feed him. Sometimes that's all you can do, right? As long as they're healthy and they're outside, and they're being fed and they have, shelter, which they do. They have a big, huge igloo in the backyard that was put there for them. And they're given water, crunchies, and wet food every day. Of course, we would rather them be inside where they can be adopted out, but sometimes that doesn't always happen. So there is a little bit of an update for you. I've got some things going on with our residents, which I will update you on shortly. And for right now, I'm just feeling happy about that. So, and I'm not in my pajamas, y'all. See? I do get dressed. I get dressed most of the time. Still not feeling the greatest, so I'm going to try to do what I have to do in the house and for my sister, and we will move forward from there. Hopefully I can work a couple hours tomorrow, and life is good, right? Always look on the bright side. Always try to be positive. Treat others with kindness. Be good to yourselves, and put good out into the world. That's the best that we can do, and we can only do the best with what we've got. So I'm going to keep trucking. You do the same. I hope you have a beautiful Sunday. Remember, God is good all the time. If you don't believe, that's okay. And, I don't want to be too religious, but that's what I'm feeling this morning. Remember, please, subscribe if you're not, and share if you'd like, comment if you'd like, and as always, I'm sending tons of love from New Jersey to you. Bye, guys.